Break and finish live. Comment section. Microphone check. Testing sound. Microphone check. Microphone check. Microphone check. Sound test.
It's 3-0 here. Stamford Driven Ginte versus Paul Chinoguira, one of our youngsters here in Zimbabwe, up and coming, versus the Malawian star. It's 3-0 in a race to 7. My name is Priscilla Plus, the voice. Hope you're enjoying the race so far. It's a bit one-sided, but let's see how it goes. It's race to 7, or in other words, best of 13 frames, where the best man win. At the minute, Ginte has been grabbing the lion's share of it. Let's see, can Paul recover? It remains to be seen. Fourth edition of the Queen's International, with the defending champion being Aiden Joseph for this particular tournament. The last edition was won by Aiden Joseph. The one before that, Caesar Chandiga. Aiden Joseph is from South Africa, then Caesar Chandiga from Uganda, and the first edition having been grabbed by Jeremiah Naidi from South Africa, who will be our next winner. It's any man's game, really. Ginte here came second, a very close second last year, losing to Aiden Joseph in the finals as well as semi-finals. It's a double life tournament. It was a double life again last year. Ginte grabbed prizes number 1 and 4. Frame number 4 in progress. Bit of a tricky one here, with the whole game more or less lying with those cluster of balls with the 2 yellows and 1 black. That's really where the game lies. Tactical frame we have here in our hands. Good shot there. Nicely developing the yellow and not wanting to open up that black that he has nicely protected. He could get to play cannon to open that up in a later shot. Looks like it is advantage to Ginte at the minute. If Paul opens up that black, he may make it easy for Ginte to come and clear. But let's see how this pans out. Can I get some predictions in the comment section? Who do you think will be the conqueror? Will it be Ginte or will it be Paul? What a shot. Good shot there from Paul. Nicely opening up the black. Will he clear? Just needs to get his white right. Well done there. Bottom white. Nicely positioned. Shouldn't be too difficult for him to grab his first frame now. Alright, and 3-1 it is. Paul grabs his first frame. It's a race to 7. He still needs a whole 6 while Ginte needs 4. It's definitely Ginte up, but will it remain like that? He generally is the favorite between the two, and more experienced and with a lot more titles, especially on the international scene. So Paul is the underdog here, hoping to cause an upset. Frame number 5 loading, Ginte to break. Stephen Mahara, I see you're asking where this tournament is being held. We are live here. It's happening at Queens Sports Club in Bulawayo, the second capital of Zimbabwe. It's live, it's lit, it's happening. If you're in the vicinity, do pop by. Lots of exciting action currently underway with a total of 16 United King pool tables. It's hot. It's happening. It's lit. It's exciting. And it's a table closed. Yellows it is for Paul. But can he clear? Very difficult to do that. I reckon he could go C-shot, going for the yellow that's guarding off the black. But it depends if he wants to retain a defensive position or if he wants to attack. But he may want to open up the two yellows that are close to this corner pocket in bulk to make sure they have a clear part of the corner pocket. Okay, that could do, that will do. Paul taking his time. He recognizes the prowess in his opponent, a very, very big player. That's Ginte, who's managed by Big Kells. That's his management team, Big Kells in Nigeria. Although he's of Malawian descent, not a very good shot there. He was wanting to maybe close off the corner pocket. Ginte, I don't think he will try and close off. He's not that much of a defensive player. He attacks away. Well, they do know how to attack these big players, and they do it well. They only defend when it's absolutely necessary. And how's that for a beautiful cannon? 4 reds remain here for Ginte. He's cruising on. He shakes his head a little, disappointed in his execution. The cue ball position, not so ideal. He's a good potter, a very good potter. One of my favorite potters, actually. Talent-wise in Africa, he might just easily take off and make the pots. Just needs to focus. Take your time. But he failed. Ooh, that was close. Huh. All right, he almost lost the frame there by potting black. It's a free shot on the visit. To that part of Paul's yellow in the center pocket. Usually for players of this caliber, a mistake like that is highly punishable by clearance. Okay, I tip him to try and clear this. It's not difficult at all. He just needs to get his cards right. Stephen Mahara asking who the opponent is. Paul's opponent, I think you're asking about. Paul Chinoguira is a Zimbabwean from Gueru. And then we have the Malawian star from Lilongwe. That's a Stanford-driven Ginte. And Ginte leads for 4-1. The cue ball position. He fell a little short. This was his time to shine, his time to grab the first bite, but he can still cut it thin and pot it. Just be careful about Chakuba. All right, Chakuba safe. He makes a pot, and finally it's 3-2. What a show, what a spectacle. Exciting stuff right here. It's a race to 7, remember, or best of 13 frames. So the match has to be seen to completion within that time frame. If there is no winner in terms of the race to 7 by then, the player leading, whoever that will be, is the one that gets to proceed to the next round. Paul pulling back. We saw Ginte win the first 3 frames in a very quick fashion, and Paul's pulling back. He's fighting hard. He wants to make a mark. He wants to cause an upset. Playing against one of the crowd favorites, Ginte.
Just keep himself a second to around the table. He'll be talking.
All right, game on. Frame number 6. I see somebody there in the comment section asking who is the Zimbabwean between the two. The Zimbabwean is Paul, the one who's donning white. He's currently busy with his visit on the table, attacking away on the yellow class of balls. They're looking pretty open. They're actually open. Ready for the taking. The black, though, would be the most difficult of the balls he has to face. He could have played cannon, just this particular shot. He had the opportunity to. Had he played a little harder, he'd have managed to knock the black out of that little cluster and continue on. But let's see how he plans on opening that black up. One at a time, one shot at a time. Patience pays. Clearly, I see someone saying Paul is very patient on the table. Patience pays. Perfection takes time as well. 3 yellows to go. Should be able to pot corner pockets in bulk. Has a corner pocket on the opposite end of the table. And then the center pots. Try pot this next one while developing the black, but just needs to be careful not to snooker himself. Down to the one last yellow. There might be a clear path for the black. I'm not quite sure from where I stand. There might be a clear path to the corner pockets here at the bottom. I think it's alright. Looking to even the scores. And with that, it's 3-3. The crowd goes crazy. The crowd is cheering their player on. That's Paul. He has several of his fans and friends in the crowd cheering him on, urging him to fight hard to beat the mighty Ginte. Ginte is looking serious there. Is he about to go into cruise mode? He's one of the fastest players I know of on the continent. Definitely one of the fastest and one of the most entertaining in my books. and one of the best. So Paul really needs to bring his A game. He's doing well so far, 3-3. So in essence, from here on out, it's a race to 4. How's the break gonna be? Will he make a pot? No, it's a dry break. Chance to Paul. Right, taking his time after closing the table, opting for the red class of balls. Will he manage to take a lead for the first time? His balls are not looking difficult at all. Cut center now, and then maybe the other center as he works his way to the other side of the table. Young player, up and coming. He's doing the most at the minute. Could he be the one to upset Ginte, to take one of his lives so early on in the competition? We wait and see. Ooh. Serendipity. What a fluke. Well, luck and skill go hand in hand. Kudos to you for that fluke. Anyway, 4 reds to go. Saimondo says what's going on here. What's going on here is Ginte from Malawi is battling it out with Paul from Zimbabwe, and the scores are 3-3 in a race to 7 at the 4th edition of the Queens International. Thank you guys for joining us from wherever you're watching us from. Thank you all for your delightful company. High five to you all. Time Sandex. Hi, Mishak Moyo. What's up? Hastings Kamuchuruka, Victor Piri, Honorable Shelton Chabwana. I just say more. Transponder Mlauzi, Martis Bakes, Isaiah Mushani, Mishek Moyo, asking where's Matessa and Lighter. They're somewhere within the vicinity, playing in the Masters category. Unfortunate miss there by Paul. I think Ginte might just clear. Let's see how it goes. Luscious Billy, high five. What's up? Happiness Masego. Bonga Ashange. Skapitan Sylvester Miji. Jones Kacheka. Hi there, guys. Davis Chola. Oli Lindsay Mande. High five. Stephen Mahara. Jeremy Lottering. Hi there. Ayanda Gumpo. Ohalan Janji. High five. Thank you all, guys, for joining us. Can I get some predictions? How do you think this game will end? This game between Paul and Ginte. Can I get some predictions? What will the final score line be? Ooh, what a messed up the position there. He laughs at himself, briefly shakes his head, and looks for plan B. There's always plan B with these players. Arnold Macrae watching from Harare, high five. Time Sandex to say you love this match. Yes, it's becoming a tense match. It started off one-sided with Ginte grabbing the first 3 bites. Ooh, what a shot! That shot gave me goosebumps. Such brilliance. And the way they make it look so easy. Black and yellow should go to the same corner pocket. I think this may just be a wrap. Ginte focuses on black and puts it 4-3. He takes the lead once again in this race to 7. In essence, Ginte now needs what Paul has. Paul needs what Ginte has, and that's 4 and 3 respectively. Thomas, what do you think of the game? How's it going?
I think Paul is doing very well to try and restore parity in this game, but then I think Ginte too strong for him in the end. Obviously, Paul, the undoubted underdog, at first he was obviously surprised by what Ginte was doing, and the score he raced into a 3-0 lead, but then Paul slowly got into the game. It was not too little too late. He got into the game right in time, but in the just ended frame, the 7th frame, he made some unnecessary and forced errors, and if you make errors of that magnitude against some of the top players on the African continent, you can only do that at your own peril, and you're definitely going to be punished.
Oh yes, definitely. And I'm just seeing how something makes me, I don't know, I suspect Ginte was probably maybe undermining his opponent earlier on, and I feel in this last frame, I think it took it up a notch.
Yeah,
the gears now, the gear levels.
He got high up the gears, and he put the foot on the gas more certainly, because he thought he wasn't going to have to play for this long. He thought it was going to be one of those 7-0 score lines. Even Paul himself, you can see, he's actually getting some extra tokens just now. Probably thought it was just going to break 3 times or 4 times, and then the rest would be done with. So I feel he thought this was going to be a 7-frame type of scenario where Ginte was going to come and make a very huge scoreline off him and take him for the beating. But then he's been fighting very well. He needs this frame badly and take it to 4-4. You never know what happens. You know, in these matches, these time races, before you know it, it's 5-0 and it's time out and you have to go to penalties. And we know penalties by their nature, they are anyone's game. Anyone can win it. So I feel this one is pretty much on the edge. It can quite easily go either way. But I feel eventually on the balance of play, after 80 minutes of play, I feel Ginte is just going to be too strong for Paul and is going to edge this one. Who do you think is going to win yourself? You didn't give me a prediction, but I'm not going to force you to obviously go with Paul. But then on all the live streams that I've had with you, all the matches that we've done commentary on together, we've never been on the same side. This is going to be the record first time that we agree. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, Ginte is obviously the crowd favorite, but yeah, Paul is really bringing his own. He's bringing his A game, which is impressive to see. He's the underdog here. So there's a higher chance that Ginte is going to win, especially since the scoreline is 4-3 favor Ginte. He's in control of the table right now. So I think Ginte has one up on Paul. It's going to be quite difficult for Paul to beat Ginte.
So this is a record for us. Both me and you are on the same side, at least for the first time, at least on record. I know we tend to disagree on most.
But I will disagree with you as usual.
Okay.
Paul to win then, just for the sake of disagreeing with you.
I think half of me wants Paul to win because I always like it when underdogs obviously break onto the scene. They are relatively unknown. I think it's my first time seeing Paul play because I know his other 2 brothers. It's my first time seeing him play, and it shows that his family is a cool family. It's a queuing family. They all know the sport, all 3 of them. So I feel for that particular reason, for him to create a name for himself, for him to rewrite history and to be known across the pool circles, I think he definitely has to win this one. But then obviously that would be cruel for Ginte because he's a superstar. I want to see the best players also going deep into the tournament and having a deep run and going there with both lives so as to make sure everything is evenly poised. But let's wait and see. That's why we love this sport of ours, and we can only hope what can become. And Ginte with the massive shot to get himself out of trouble there. He only has one problematic red ball, which he develops perfectly. Not so sure about the position of the cue ball because he has a double drop there.
Well, we have a game in our hands here. Ginte with hand on waist is thinking hard. He's looking serious, very fiery, hungry for that win. What a cut. Oh, so beautifully done. Making it look so easy. Kudos to him. 2 reds to go. A little bit of a drawback. He should be able to make position for the last red. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Nice opening up. Just needs to be careful with his cue ball now. A little bit of cue ball manipulation. Oh, what a drag shot. I wish I could do that. Brilliant stuff. And just like that, I think it's a wrap as far as frame number 8 is concerned. Well done to Ginte. 5-3. He's cruising on. I think he's stepped it up a notch here. Ever since Paul caught up to 3-3. The gears have changed. Ginte's gears. Eager to make his mark. Eager to stamp authority. That's what he's done. Frame number 9 loading. Ginte to break. The break shot for all odd numbers frames has been taken by Ginte, and all the even numbered frames have been handled by Paul. It's alternate breaking. Frame number 9. He breaks and drops 2 object balls. Just checking out some of your predictions here in the comment section. Tinashe Marufu is predicting Paul to win 7-6. Trimoj Senda says 7-4 to Ginte. Fortune Serobela agrees with you. Alright. Saimondo was predicting 7-4 to Ginte as well. Tinatenda Repo says 7-6 to Ginte. Martis Bakes says Paul is winning. Msizi Mabaso says 7-5 to Ginte. Mishek Moya says Ginte now using experience. Yes, I agree with you. Between the two, he'd be the most experienced player and the older player in the game. And definitely experience counts for a lot. You need a good balance of experience, skill, and a little bit of luck. You need a heck of a lot of skill and a little bit of lady luck on your side with this game. A little bit of a tactical frame we have. It's turned into a bit of a tactical frame. Paul being defensive at the minute, and Ginte not taking no for an answer. All right, 4 reds to go. The brilliance, the potting prowess. Let's see the cue ball management for this one. Okay. All right, he can still continue to cruise on. Combination shot to the corner, maybe. This could just be a wrap. I spoke too soon. He looks very disappointed in himself. Freezes him for a minute. Frowns. Grabs his chalk. And probably regrets the nonchalance with which he handled that particular shot. Anyway, Paul, back in business. Paul carefully studying the table, going around the table, planning out that killer shot. Shelton Chabona says 7-4 to Ginte. Cassandra Godfrey is predicting 7-5 to Ginte as well. All right. Martis Bakes is predicting 7-5 Paul. Okay. High five Ezekiel Rashid watching from Lilongwe. I'm sure you're supporting your countryman, your countryman Achimwene. Anyway, good rail drive, nice and easy. Easy does it. With his most difficult ball being the yellow by center there, close to black, but he could just he could pot the yellow to the corner pocket, bring back his cue ball to the other side of the table, closer to bulk, to nicely angle himself for a pot to the center pocket. It looks very undecided. You know, with this game, you need to be very sure of what you want to do before you focus. That confusion can easily mess up whatever you're planning on doing, your shots, and even your planning. You see some easy shots, or so-called easy shots, being missed just because of some apparent indecisiveness sometimes. And there he's messed up the cue ball position. how only a handle can be. Tyson was saying the young stars trying, but Ginte's experience will matter here. Yes, but you never know. You never know. Unfortunately, that shot really does not deter Ginte in any way. I thought he was going for combination shots. Okay. Cue ball position a little messed up. But maybe he could get it to bounce off two cushions and back to position for the center. 1, 2, and back in position for center. Just right. It's doing all right. Maybe get the cue ball to bounce again with a bit of bottom white. Nice angle for the black. Ooh, I didn't see that coming. I saw the plan. He wanted to kick the black out of the way to make the gap pass for the black. Not sure if he can see through. Yes, he can. 6-3 is nicely sitting at the top. He'll needing only one. Paul needing all 7. I mean, sorry, a whole 4. All right, break number 10. I think they just confused themselves a little in terms of the breaking sequence. Frame number 10. Paul breaks in all even numbered frames, so it's his break and now. All right. Ginte just overseeing the rack and asking the referee to assist to make sure the rack is straight and proper. He's just doing that as we wait for the commencement of frame number 10. All right, good break from Paul. In my opinion, the best break delivered by him so far. Good split of the balls. No real problem balls, really. It's balls for choice, reds or yellows. I think reds are looking a lot better. Closing table may be a little difficult from where he is, where the cue ball is. Okay, he's going defensive. I'm sure he wants those reds and wants to guard them with his life. Ginte is bold. He still wanted to go for those yellows, which are evidently a lot harder than the reds. But that speaks a lot about his confidence and his creativity, because he needs a lot of creativity to finish the yellows, some creativity to finish the yellows in one visit. Oh, and it's turned into a tactical frame. Nice and easy. Frank Morgan says, watching from Nairobi and predicting Ginte to win a 7-4. Hussein Musa, 7-3 to Ginte. All right. High five, Gray Malcolm, watching from Ireland. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying this match between Ginte and Paul at the 4th edition of the Queens International Black Ball Double Life Tournament with Aiden Joseph as our defending champion. Ginte runner-up Austria, so he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Definitely one of the crowd favorites. All right, good shot, good shot. Darius says it's a win for Jinte for sure. You never know. It's a very difficult position to come from. 6-3 down. To try, he needs to fight hard and not miss like he just did. Chance back to Jinte, who may not give Paul another opportunity back at the table. Will this be the last visit of the frame or the last visit of the entire match, rather? It very well could be. Knowing Jinte and his prowess, I think it might be. Not saying Jinte to win, Albert Wattada predicting 7-3 to Jinte. I am yet to see a Paul to win prediction. The odds are heavily tipped in his favor. Very slim chance now for Paul to recover from that scoreline, and with Jinte on the table, no problem. Balls, a good potter, good with his keyboard management. It's looking very bleak for Paul. High five, Grant Douglas, Peace Kapunda, Mavik Musa. Thank you guys for joining us, and I think this may just be a wrap. Even an amateur, can pot this black. Looks like Paul is conceding. He stands up from his chair and congratulates Jinte for the game well played and sportsmanship. Thank you all for joining us. Congratulations to Jinte. 7-3 it ends. That's it from me for now. Priscilla, press the voice. Join us in a bit. Still a lot more exciting action to come. A lot more rounds, a lot more tears, and a lot more celebrations.